Hello everyone, welcome back to Money Talks. Today in this video, we're going to analyze why do realtors go through staging homes. Now, in essence, there's more than just one reason. We can't just say this is the number one reason, although I think we can all say that the number one reason is to sell a house, right? But there's more sub reasons per se. So let's talk a little bit more in detail on three of the major and most important reasons of why a realtor would sit with their selling listing or with the selling appointment to talk about staging a house. So the number one reason, and before I say the number one reason, we're going to go over something that I heard recently. I can't remember where I heard it from, and I can't remember if it was a quote or someone said it to me, but you don't have a second chance to make a first impression. So that is the first reason of why realtors do staging on a house. First impressions matter, and they matter a lot. Because think about it this way. When a buyer walks into a house, if a house is completely empty, it can feel cold, uninviting. It really feels like that's not the right house. Now, when it's staged, it gives it a feeling of a lifestyle. It makes the buyer go into that mental state of how can I see myself living here? Now, on top of that, when you are pulling and staging, another thing that happens, it's pictures. So all these pictures that go into the listing also help because when you're scrolling through all those photos, it creates that hook that allows buyers to come in and see the house. So again, you don't have a second chance to make a first impression. So that's the number one reason, or the reason number one, but let's say, that we're going to talk about in this video of why we do staging. Number two, it also highlights the home's best features. So, in order to talk about this one, every realtor would always want to highlight all the strengths that the property that they're representing has and also minimize the weaknesses. But we're not going to talk about that. If a room is per se small, then the furniture that you put might be smaller to make the room feel bigger. Or maybe the way that you put certain things, it makes it feel more of an open concept. So in this part, I would say every realtor is different because the more you know your target audience, the better you do your staging. So maybe the way that you arrange certain furniture so that the fireplace is right in the middle, so it has that anchor. I color an anchor something that in any room, when you walk in, is the very first thing that you will see, the very first impression of that room. So if your anchor is the fireplace, then most of the staging will be following or will be tailored to making that feature stand out. Now, without furniture, buyers may find a lot of flaws. Maybe, there's a chip on a part of the wall, or maybe there's a lot of things that go in every single house, right? So if it's not staged, it gives it more of a room for anyone to be able to find what the defects are. Obviously, take for granted once you go into contract and all that stuff, then it comes out that you do negotiations based on inspections and all that stuff. But that's not what we're talking about in this video. What we're talking about is why we do staging. So number one, once again, first impression. Number two, highlight the best features and minimize the weaknesses of the house. And number three, and I think I kind of spoiled this one at the beginning of the video, it helps homes sell faster and for more money. Because here's the thing, every time a house is staged, every person that walks into what we said on the option number one. the lifestyle. You walk in and you buy in into the lifestyle that you're going to have when you move into that piece of property. Some studies show that those houses that have been staged sell for like 80% faster than those are non-staged. But we're not going to get here into the here's this data, here's this graph. We're not really talking about this. We're going to talk about why. And the why matters a lot. Because when you're a seller, you don't want your house to be staying on the market for 30, 60, 90, 180, 30, 60 days. You want your house to be moving as fast as possible. But again, this is, which I would say, the most important thing of the staging process, but the one that I leave at the end because I think number one and number two are really, really important when it comes up to being the buyer side. So we look at this at both sides, the buyer side and the seller side. But with no further say, we're going to have a small recap again. So we said number one was your first impressions. Number two, the best features. And number three, it helps them sell faster and sometimes for more than asking. To finish this video, I want to say also that staging is not just decoring. So, not every person does staging to the best of the need of the house. This is always a strategy, and sellers and realtors, agents, really have to partner on this because there's a big difference in just decorating and staging. So it's something that goes hand to hand with the seller and with the agent because this could translate into having multiple offers. It can translate until having your house sit in the market for quite long. So I hope this 3 reasons video helped you. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe. We will be putting more videos out there. And again, if you have anything that you wish that I speak about or that I go over, if I've had the experience about it, I would love to put that out there. So please, any comments down below. And anything else, thank you for coming back again.